Hey everyone, Chris Wilson here from Action Water Sports, and today we're going to talk about the true cost of boat ownership. Before I jump into the true cost of boat ownership, let's talk about the two different ways to build a boat. You can build them to sell them, or you can build them to own them. The brands here at Action Water Sports that we carry, Cobalt, Mastercraft, Barletta, Crest, are built to be owned. They're built to last the test of time. They don't cut a corner to save $1. They use the premium materials, premium products, premium processes, where the boats that are built to sell, they cut corners. They use subpar products, subpar processes. They build them faster. And in turn, there's two completely different ownership experiences. Now let's jump into price versus cost. Price is what the sales sticker is on the back of the boat at a show, at a dealership. It's what you pay for the product. Many times this number can be very overwhelming. It's more than what you would think you would have to spend for a product like this. The cost from the time you buy the product to the time you sell the product or upgrade, the cost of the product is the difference between the sticker price and what it's worth in that 5, 10, 15, 20 year period. That is the true cost of ownership. Now let's look at a real world example of price versus cost. If you look at an entry level Mastercraft at $70,000 selling price, most of your families out there will own the boat on average somewhere between 4 to 6 years. In the 4 to 6 year range, you're seeing families change in size, shrinking, expanding. Technology after 4 to 6 years has changed drastically, and you'll typically see families want to upgrade, or maybe they decide to sell. So in 4 to 6 years, from our experience of 30 years of just digging deep and doing this for a living, we have typically seen a $70,000 Mastercraft depreciate somewhere around 25%. Okay? 25% of $70,000 is $17,500. This number right here is the true cost over a 5-year period of a $70,000 Mastercraft. Yes, you paid this price, but in the end of the day, $17,500 is the loss over a 5-year period. So you still have $52,500, whether you trade, whether you sell, you have $52,500 of value after 5 years. Now that we've discussed the true cost of boat ownership, let's discuss the idea of Disneyland versus keys in hand. So the thought is, hey, on a yearly basis, what does the extra cost of ownership look like? From insurance, to the fuel I use, to the maintenance, to the storage, to those type of items that kind of go in on a yearly basis. And then you pull in depreciation like we just talked about on cost. So on a $70,000 entry-level Mastercraft, between depreciation and those items that we just discussed, it's about a $7,000 a year cost. That's what you would pay approximately on a yearly basis. So I can have a boat and use it and own it and boat for hours and store it and winterize it and insurance for $7,000. Or my family of 4 or 5, we could go to Disneyland for 1 week for approximately $6,000 to $7,000. Your choice. Boat all summer long and have a great time, or go to Disneyland for 1 week. The cost is the same. One more thing to add about the true cost of boat ownership. As we discussed before, a boat in 5 years of a quality brand will depreciate somewhere around 25%. Typically in the automobile industry, over a 5-year period, a car will depreciate somewhere between 60 and 70%. Just remember that when you're going out to buy a boat, it's not the same. I hope this has been helpful explaining the true cost of boat ownership. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or reach out to one of our locations. In the meantime, we'll see you on the water.